Rowing through the night air in their fast ship, Jimmy and Speed soon overtook Major Moto. A terrific air battle took place. Outmaneuvered, his plane evidently disabled by a burst of shots from Speed's machine guns, the Oriental pilot bailed out in his parachute and reached ground safely. His plane spun rapidly toward the earth and crashed. Speed and Jimmy landed in a nearby field and searched the wreckage thoroughly for the stolen plans of the jet-propelled super pursuit ship. But they were gone.
Speed, what in the world will we do?
Well, there's only one thing to do, Jimmy.
I know, find Moto.
Right you are, Jim. Those plans aren't in this ship, so there's only one other place they can be. That's on
Moto.
Right. I was willing to swear he'd put them in the luggage compartment. A complete set of those plans makes a fairly large packet.
Say, Speed, maybe he didn't have them with him at all.
What do you mean, Jimmy?
Well, just this. Perhaps he slipped them to some Confederate before he took off.
I thought of that too, Jimmy, but I don't think there's a chance. I don't think he would have entrusted them to anyone else.
Oh, gee, I hope you're right.
You know, attempting to find him out here at night will be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, at least for the two of us. I have a better plan.
What, Speed?
Get to the nearest house and call the sheriff of this county. Spread the alarm and flood the country with searching parties, and that's got to be done before he gets very far away. If it is done, I don't think you'll have a chance of escaping. He's an Oriental and easy to spot.
Hey, look, Speed. There's a light in the window of that farmhouse over there, see? And Moto must have landed just the other side of it.
Okay, let's go.
Wouldn't it be a good idea, Speed, to call Mr. Russell at Kansas City?
Well, that's a good suggestion, Jimmy. As soon as I get hold of the sheriff, we will call Russell. He'll want to come down here right away.
Oh, gee, we just can't let Moto get away.
I'll say we can't, Jimmy. But frankly, I don't think he's got a chance. By morning, we'll have thousands of men out searching every ravine and thicket like a fine tooth comb. He'd have to be better than Houdini to get out of such a trap. Well, here we are. Knock on that door there, Jimmy.
Okay, Speed.
Who's there?
Never mind that now. Just open the door, will you, please, and let us come in? We'd like to use your phone.
No, sirree. I ain't opening no doors this time of night. Respectable folks ain't using telephones in the middle of the night. Must be nigh on 2 o'clock.
Oh, please, mister, won't you let us in? We've got to use the phone right away. It's very important.
Well, now, I don't know about that. There's been a lot of holdups around here lately.
Come on now, mister. We haven't any time to waste. We'll explain everything after we use your phone.
No, sirree, you don't. You'll explain first before I unlock this door. Who be you, anyway?
Well, my name's Robertson, and this is Jimmy Allen. I'm chief pilot of Grand National Airways. We just landed an airplane in your field.
Oh, you did you? What do you mean by doing that? You should have asked me first. I'll bet you licked my alfalfa patch, and if you did, I'll have damages out of you. Don't think I won't.
We'll pay for any damage that we've done, but please open the door. I've got to get hold of the sheriff at once.
Well, wait a minute while I take a look at you. And don't forget, I got a shotgun here in my hand. Did you say one of you was Jimmy Allen? I've been reading about him in the papers.
Yes, this is Jimmy Allen right here.
Yeah, I see this young Allen's picture. Yep. I guess you're Jimmy Allen, all right. And you're Speed Robertson, eh? I read about you, too.
Yeah, that's me. Now, will you let us come in and use the phone?
Well, I guess I'll take a chance. Come on in. Here, I'll get it. You have to know just how to work this contraption.
Sure, we'll get the sheriff and ask him to come over here at once.
Well, I'll try, but he ain't keen about getting up this time of night. Hello? Hello, is that you, Maggie? Well, wake up. Ring Sheriff Farrell. Maggie's sure sore. She ain't keen on having her sleep in... hello? Hello, Sheriff Farrell? Yeah, this is Mace Pickett. There's a fella here who wants you to come over to my house right away. He just lit in an airplane. You what? No, he didn't light anything. He's dropped down out of the sky in one of them flying machines. He says his name's Robertson. He's chief something or other of the Grand National Airplanes. Here, hold the phone a minute, Sheriff. Wants to know what you want him for.
I'll tell him some government plans have been stolen.
Some plans been stolen, Sheriff. Yeah, wait, I'll ask him. Is there anything in it if these planes is found?
Not planes, plans. Yes. You can tell him there'll be a big reward if they're found.
Well, now that sure make a difference. I'll tell him. Hello, Sheriff Farrell. This feller here says there's some money in it if these planes are found. Sheriff Farrell says he'll be right over.
Now, can I call long distance to Kansas City?
No, sirree, that costs money.
Well, I've got money right here in my pocket.
Well, let's look at it.
Here you are.
Enough money there to choke my old horse Billy. And here, I'll just take this $5 bill, and when you get through talking, I'll find out how much it was, and then I'll give you back the change.
Okay, Mr. Pickett. You don't trust people very much, do you?
Nope, but I have. That's why I'm still a poor farmer. Hello, Maggie? There's a fella here who wants to call Kansas City. How much will it be? Oh, You don't know you tell how long he talks, huh? Well, now, how long can he talk for $5? Talk quite a spell, huh? All right, go right ahead. She's going to get Kansas City operator. Here, you take the phone.
Thanks.
And don't get impatient. It'll take a little time to get that all through there. Kind of complicated.
Hello?
There you are.
Hello, Kansas City. I want Valentine, 8649.
And now that other end may take a little longer, too, to get through. You know, them gals sometimes is kind of busy.
Hello? Hello, is Mr. Russell there? Well, he hadn't come in yet. Well, will you tell him Speed Robertson called from Olathe, Kansas? Tell him Major Moto's plane crashed here, but the Major got away. And tell Mr. Russell he'd better come down here as soon as possible. Well, thank you. Goodbye.
Say, mister, didn't you hear some planes flying around over here?
Yeah, a fella gets pretty sleepy when he works from sunrise to sundown in the fields.
Well, this fellow's airplane fell not far away.
It seemed like I did hear something. Sort of sounded like a bunch of boxes being broke up. Oh, that must be Sheriff Farrell. Hello there, Sheriff. Here's the two fellers I called you about.
How you do? Well, what's the trouble?
Sheriff, an Oriental spy by the name of Major Moto has stolen a valuable set of plans from the Army's experimental airplane factory at Kansas City. They were of a new airplane being built for the United States government. Now, Moto was trying to escape to the Mexican border. We flew after him, and some of our bullets disabled his plane, and he jumped. When we examined his plane, we couldn't find the plans, so we feel sure he must have them. Now, he must be captured at once. He can't be more than a mile or so away from this house right now.
Well, you'd better get hold of the state or federal authorities.
Well, I've already called Mr. Russell. He's a government agent at Kansas City. But it may take some time for him to get here. It'll take hundreds of men to find this fella.
Well, I don't know.
Now, let me tell you something, Sheriff. You've got a chance here to make yourself famous. If you catch this boy and recover these plans, your name will be on the front page in every newspaper in the United States.
The dickens, you say? Well, now, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get all my deputies out and have Maggie down at the telephone office call every farmhouse within a radius of 3 miles. In a couple of hours, I'll have 1,000 men out.
That's the stuff, Sheriff. In the meantime, Jimmy and I will take off in our plane and fly over to the Olathe field. We'll go over our ship very carefully and be ready to take off at the break of dawn to help you. Oft times, you know, you can see things from the air that you can't from the ground.
Good. Well, I'll make the necessary calls here, and then I'll meet you over at the field right away.
Okay, come on, Jimmy. Let's go.
Hey, gosh, that feller's got a lot of change coming out of a $5 bill.
Oh, forget it, mate. That is, unless he remembers. Hello, Maggie. Say, listen, Maggie, I've got some important telephoning to do here, and I want you to pay close attention.
Well, here we are, Speed. But what in the world were you doing flying down over that highway?
Well, I thought there might be a chance, Jimmy, that Moto would get out on the highway and try to stop a car. I thought it wouldn't do any harm to fly back and forth along there for a couple of miles or so, just on the chance he might try to pull some such trick. Well, I'll cut the switches. I think the motor's cool enough now. Well, the sheriff ought to be along any minute.
Hey, there comes a car now, Speed. And, boy, he's sure traveling, too.
Yeah, I guess that's the sheriff, all right.
Hello there, boys. Well, everything's all set. All my deputies are up, and Maggie's are rousing the country. We'll have that fellow in a jiffy.
What's your plan, Sheriff?
Well, there isn't a chance that this fellow could have gotten more than a couple of miles away. I'm having my deputies place all the searchers on the rim of a great big circle, starting about 3 miles in every direction from Mesa's farm. We can't miss.
Is there much cover in that section, Sheriff?
Oh, yes, there is, quite a bit, especially on both sides of the railroad. The creek runs through there.
All right, I'll tell you what we'll do. At dawn, Jimmy and I will take off and scour the country from the air. I'll keep in touch with you from the plane. If we should spot this Moto, that'll be a big help.
I'll say it will. Well, I'll be moving along. I've got plenty to do.
Hey, wait a second. Look at that car come up here.
Oh, that's one of my deputies, Lem Perkins. What do you have, Lem?
Say, Sheriff, I've got some news for you. The man you're looking for was just seen a few minutes ago.
Where?
Well, over there at the Honeywell station, at the urban place there. Slim Sullivan was on his way home from seeing some gal he's been dating lately, and he crossed the tracks right by the station. Yes, sir. He said the feller looked something like a Chinese or a Japanese.
How far is that from Pickett's farm, Sheriff?
About a mile. Did you check up on that call, Perkins?
Yes, sure did. Long distance said they had a call from Kansas City from that pay station.
How long ago was that call made?
Oh, at 5 minutes after 2.
Well, it's now about 2:12. So he can't be very far from Honeywell Station. Come on, boys, jump in. Let's go.
Deputy Perkins seems to have uncovered a hot trail. Does Major Moto have the plans for the new jet-propelled fighter with him? And will he be captured before he escapes from the net closing about him? Don't miss the thrilling chase in the next exciting episode of The Air Adventures of Jimmy Allen.